hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. Yeah, you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy by the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. And there you are at my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy.
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. Run my own way to get there. Pulls a coin and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. Tell me this time is coming for the sake of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Know that I need you anyway.
I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat of time, I try to live just to tell you, don't lead the way, don't leave us there.
Ready to fight, ready to go, that's my final word. Taking chances, a gift I just can't watch. Pulling a game, pushing my brain with the candlelight. I catch my breath and let it burn, 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 burn. Burn the pain, burn the lies, burn the fear inside myself. And burn it all again, it's the right time to escape this cage. I've been locked in for so long, it's not where I belong. Let it burn, burn, burn into the ground.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Japanese Wrestling Update right here on our local establishment and after the fact in audio form on A Plus Productions. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your co-host, Andre C. Two-thirds Andre C. Right over here. It's the boxing princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm doing great, Andre. We were both watching this boxing match before coming on here.
Yes.
I think we both had the same prediction on the last thing that we saw. We were both like, "What the frick?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I hanging out watching some Tyson versus Paul pay-per-view. This show will be over before Tyson versus Paul actually kicks off. But man, the first match on that undercard was meh. That welterweight title fight, on point.
What is the name of the lady on commentary? Roxy? Rosie?
Rosie Perez.
Oh my God! Can
She's
we
an
be
actress.
friends? Can we be friends? She is absolutely savage.
Rosie
And
Perez.
I love her for it. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. Hello, Bobby.
And then hello to
Um,
everybody in the chat room. Bobby Stats.
yes. Bobby
Hello.
Stokes. And Diane.
Queen,
Diane was probably there with him.
and Diane. Queen Astrid. Hello. Mel does have she just recently put this background into play, so yeah.
Oh yeah, watch this.
hello to the other Bobby.
Bobby
He's other Bobby.
Munson,
Other Bobby
Mr.
Munson.
Money.
Sloppy opener title fight was epic. Yep, I've got the women's title fight playing on my phone while we're doing this. So, yeah, and then Bobby Stats giving us the love, and we love it. Yeah, night of boxing, but we're here to talk some Japanese wrestling.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try to get through it so we can get back to the boxing because I'm actually interested in this. Like, I'm not usually like an other sports kind of girl. Wrestling is usually my jam. I don't really give anything else a chance. But this, I'm like, wanted. I don't think I'm alone in wanting to see Jake Paul get his socks rocked a little bit.
Oh, I think we all want to see Jake Paul get his ass beat.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be nice about it, but yeah, it turned out to be pretty interesting. So,
Yeah, so far so good. So let's get into it.
yeah.
Let's talk some Japanese wrestling
Yes.
so I can get back to watching boxing. I never thought I'd say that in my life.
Me neither.
See, oh, Bobby, all watching by himself. She is sleeping. Sorry. Too bad. Diane is not here tonight.
Aw.
All right.
You can see her later. We'll see some of the beautiful pictures you guys post later.
Yeah, it is very true. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk some Japanese professional. Like, why am I going Russian here?
And like unprofessional,
Professional.
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 You want me to bring out Svetlana for show tonight? We talk like this.
We're gonna actually kick it off with the talking a bit of new the official inductees to the 2024 Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame has dropped today, which is voted on by industry professionals, journalists, and wrestlers, everything. So wide range of people to vote in to these people into this Hall of Fame. So it's kind of the most legit Hall of Fame in professional wrestling. And we're going to talk the inductees for this year, specifically the Japanese inductees this year. Two of them Mel's going to like. One of them I don't think, technically one of the people I'm talking about on here was inducted in the USA Canada category, but they did do some work in Canada or in Japan. These are the people that got into the Hall of Fame this year. Leading the charge, the best of the best, Shingo freaking Takagi, finally getting into the Hall of Fame. The Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame got in this year with a resounding amount of votes. I don't know the exact number, but he did have a solid number this year. Again, Dragon Gate legend. He is a former Open the Dream Gate champion, Open the Twin Gate champion, Open the Triangle Gate champion, along with being a one-time IWGP Heavyweight Championship during the downtime, during the COVID era of New Japan, carrying
Most difficult time in New Japan time, besides the most recent.
and a five-time and current never open weight champion. Shingo. And then we also have Shima, another Dragon Gate legend. Open the Dream Gate champion, open the Brave Gate champion, open the Twin Gate championship, open the Triangle Gate championship, along with I'm pretty sure he's one of the guys that went and helped open a company in China at one point because they were partnered with AEW.
It was GLEAT affiliated, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were. I know that the AEW was working with the company, but Shima and somebody else had started it there. So yeah, and then to Mel's chagrin, getting in the North American side in the North American bracket, the Young Bucks, former IWGP Junior, 7-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and 3-time Never Openweight 6-Man Tag Team Champions. I have to shout it out because they did do a lot of work in Japan before they went to AEW.
I mean, as much as I don't like them, they did bring a lot of attention to Japan and to particularly the junior weight division. I feel like some of the people who are now kind of known around the world, like Hiromu Takahashi, wouldn't be as well known. Like, he would have still pushed. I feel like he just maybe would have taken longer to get there if without his involvement
Mm.
in the tag division with Bushi and with the Blacks. So, as much as I dislike them, it doesn't discredit what they actually gave to the industry. They gave a lot and they got a lot of attention for the people that needed more attention too. So, I can't complain about that.
Yeah.
Takagi just epic.
And Shima too.
And Seema,
Yeah,
I
he
love
did.
him. Have you
Yeah.
seen his recent work over in Japan with what's his name, Parker?
No.
You know how Parker is just covered in tattoos?
Parker Bordeaux, yeah. Parker Boudreaux
Yes.
or whatever.
Boudreaux, I don't know, c'est français. He's been putting on like fake tattoos to match him. So he's got like this big chest tattoo and like right now 2 half sleeves. Like he keeps building more on there. The first time I saw it, he only had the chest tattoo. The next time I saw it, it was like the chest tattoo and a half sleeve. Now he has 2 half sleeves. I'm
Mm.
hoping for an entire like whole thing, full body, back, forearms, chest, everything. Go big or
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah. Shima is quite the character, man. Just a quick
Yes.
note to who else got in: Roman Reigns getting inducted this year. Legend Paul Orndorff getting in this year.
Hey.
Posthumously, Johnny Rougeau being inducted into this.
Oh.
Los Hermanos Dinamita, Cien Caras Mascara Ayano or Mascara Ano 2000 and Universal 2000. They're a trios team.
Do you feel that
What?
disturbance in the force?
On how I pronounce shit, yeah.
That is Astrid killing you.
Astrid, I don't speak Spanish. Then the last two, Johnny Saint, legend in British professional wrestling, and wrestling manager of the olden days, Bobby Davis. I think he was one of the ones that a lot of people expected to be inducted this year. There was a big push for him to be inducted.
Cool.
Yeah, Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame. I just gotta have a look at the other list. So in Japan alone, this year nominated was Shima, Kojima, and Tenzan as Tenkozi, Yoshihiko Fujiwara, Hayabusa, the
Ooh,
from the
yeah,
90s,
yeah.
Inoki and Seiji Sakaguchi as a tag team because Inoki's already in. Kento Miyohara, Zack Sabre Jr. on the ballot this year. Legend Miko Satomura, Tiger Jeet Singh, Shingo, obviously, Yoshihiro Takayama, and Minami Toyota and Toshihiro Yamada as a tag team. Toyota is already in the Hall of Fame on her own.
I was gonna say I thought she was already in there. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
those were
Congratulations.
the people you could. Well, those are the people you could have voted on this year, and only these three kind of come in representing Japan this year.
Well, I mean, considering the amount that we know wrestle in Japan, I mean, that's still an impressive list of nominees. Yeah.
And Ogawa was up as a non-wrestler entrant into the Observer Hall of Fame, but he did not make the cut this year. Okay, into the Hall of Fame. Rossi Ogawa, legendary Stardom, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Contributions.
I wish he was in. I wish he was in, but he's not. Yeah, he will be. That man will be in the Hall of Fame. There's no denying that man.
I feel like he's not quite. Well, I mean, I was gonna say maybe age-wise, he's not quite old enough, but
Roman Reigns is in.
that's true.
So we move on from the Observer. We're going to do a little bit of recap. And Fighting Spirit Unleashed happened last weekend or last Friday, but we didn't do it live because we were as a pre-recorded because we were also at a show that night. So I watched it after the fact. I'm going to go through a few of the matches here. We had the Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship match, really good match, but in the end, GYV taking the last of the belts away from TNDK, Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols. Maybe a little bit sad.
Yeah, this was one of those things where it was like we hadn't had it in a long time. where it was like the ride was great, but the ending kind of sucked. This was one of those matches. That being said, I hope that this means that they're going to start rebuilding,
Yeah, rebuilding. Yeah.
rebuilding, and refocusing on the tag division in New Japan Strong and building up a North American strong brand with incredible tag teams like this. I hate that it was at the expense of Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste, both of their tag team titles. But that being said, it gives me hope selfishly that we're going to get them more on New Japan television and a little bit maybe less in like other places. Not to say that they're not going to do indie stuff or anything, but like selfishly as a New Japan viewer, it makes me feel like that we're going to see TMDK more unified in Japan than elsewhere.
Very positive. It's just, Bobby said disappointing team can lose. Once I hope they're in the tag league, man. I really, really do. I want that rematch at Wrestle Kingdom for that MGP title, MGP straps. So
Yes, we have to do a Puroresu review on our World Tag League predictions.
yes, because that starts on Wednesday.
Yes, got to get that out soon.
Another tag team match on this show: Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Royce Isaacs and Jarrell Nelson in a 2 out of 3 falls match, where it was first fall was table, second match was submission, and the third match was a last man standing elimination strap match.
Yeah.
Man, this was pure
Glorious
chaos, man.
Mhm.
Rosser and Lawler won
Glorious chaos.
Yeah, Rosser and Lawler won the table. West Coast Wrecking Crew won the submission, and then West Coast Wrecking Crew eliminating Tom Lawler
Yep.
first by sending him through a table. He couldn't respond, and then we had them finish off Fred Ross, who had been bleeding like a stuffed pig in this match, to win. And yes, one day the West Coast Wrecking Crew need to be in the World Tag League.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
absolutely. Absolutely. They deserve it. They've worked very, very hard in New Japan. They've been pretty much carrying the tag division on their shoulders of the Strong brand since the beginning of New Japan Strong. They were on New Japan Strong when it was still a crowdless little stuffy venue with Alex Kozlov and
the worst
thank
commentator
goodness commentary
ever.
has moved forward in such a positive way. Yeah, this was a hard match for me. Once Rosser started bleeding, I was kind of like, not
Me
really
too.
fully invested in watching it in its entirety. I kind of watched it through finger cracks and stuff. But yeah, it was a nice way to kind of wrap up the feud because as we saw in the aftermath of this match, they are moving on, and thankfully so.
Yeah, strong style evolved. We're getting GYV, James Drake, and Zach Gibson defending as the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Royce Isaac and Jarrell Nelson, in what will be a banger. And it's so weird that GYV is going to be the good guys in this. That's weird because West Coast Wrecking Crew are never good guys.
Yeah, they always play the heels, but let's be honest, based on what we saw against TMDK, the amount of cheating they were doing, I would say that they're also heels. I feel like it's going to be a heel versus heel match.
Yeah, I just feel like GYV is going to be the ones that end up facing the match because West Coast Wrecking Crew are just the ultimate heels. So,
Where is this show again?
this is in California, I want to say.
So I say if it's West Coast Wrecking Crew, they might actually have home turf. They might actually be favored.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see how the crowd reacts because like we sometimes have expected the crowd to pop for certain people and they've absolutely booed the ever living hell out of them. So I think it'll depend on the day, the crowd, and what the guys kind of establish because we know that West Coast Wrecking Crew, if they don't want to wrestle heel, they just wrestle like a little dirty, but they're still, fundamentally them. Whereas this match that we just saw with Rosser and Lawler, that was like a whole new level of craziness and heel. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Maybe it's just me vilifying Drake and Gibson because they took the titles from TMDK.
Yeah.
I just don't want
We're
to
gonna move.
acknowledge them as faces.
Yeah, women's four-way match for the number one contendership for the strong women's championship. Anna Jay versus Hazuki versus Koguma versus Trish Adora, and Hazuki coming out of here getting the inside cradle on Trish Adora, scoring in like a sneaky little victory in this.
Yeah, yeah. And like we saw some of the playfulness that we expect from Hazuki, and then we also saw some of the viciousness that we have been getting used to seeing from her in Stardom out on Trish Adora, especially. Hazuki has been kind of like on this like pathway where this like little storm cloud has just been kind of following her along, and I feel like we're at a crossroads now. And I feel like depending on what happens with the match with Mercedes will depend on which way we kind of see her go. Is she going to go to the dark side finally, that she's been alluding to over the last at least 3 months, with these little dark tendencies slowly being unlocked? Or are we going to see her go back down the path of righteousness and rejoin stars as like the twinkle twinkle la di da di da Koguma kind of happiness?
Yeah,
Guess we'll have to see.
Bobby starts saying it's awesome to see another Stardom wrestler, Hazuki, going after the CEO for the title. Yeah, I very much agree.
agree.
And yet, Mercedes did appear after they got into a brawl, and Mercedes left Hazuki laying after the backstabber. So, yeah,
Yes.
did her
I
little
loved
CEO
Mercedes
dance.
pants. Mercedes pants. She had those like purple, varying shades of purple camo.
Mm.
I want those pants so bad.
Well, they matched her hair.
I want the pants.
No, but their pants matched her hair.
Well, let's be honest. I'm sorry to say it, but Mercedes Monet looks way better with her fashion and everything outside of wrestling than she does when she's wrestling right now. I don't know who's doing her gear. Girl, you fire them.
You need to.
Fire a new one.
You need to just figure shit out with your ex and get him to start making you gear again.
No. He's not the only seamstress in the world. But what I'm saying is, if you're making AEW money, Miss CEO, please start showing it in the ring gear as well as the out gear, because she looks fantastic in this outfit. I liked it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was functional. It was like the right amount of fancy and casual, because you got the fur coat for the fancy and the casual with the camo. She looks like a champion. She talks like a champion. She acts like a champion. Then she gets in the ring. She wrestles like a champion, but her gear looks like she found it in a garbage can out back. Girl.
Yeah.
Like, we can recommend some people. There's a lot of great people on Instagram that I see who design New Japan's gear, Stardom gear. Hell, Mina's in your locker room. She's got some great gear. Talk to Mina, please. But yeah, I'm excited for that, because we know that both these ladies can talk. Promos that they could cut. Please do this right.
Heck yeah. And then we had a tag team match. It was the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus Shingo Takagi and Yotsuji. It was Shingo Takagi and Yotsuji winning this match. I don't really want to talk about the match itself. It was more the post-match angle that we got. Jack Perry making his return to a New Japan ring to hit the glass jaw knee on Yotsuji in cutting a promo to set up a Wrestle Dynasty match. On January 5th, Yotsuji versus Jack Perry. I'm good with this. I'm happy with this being the Wrestle Dynasty match. Yeah. It could end up being a global title match on top of it all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that, because now that Jack Perry has personality, he's actually interested to watch. You know, I actually can stand to see him. Now I just make fun of the stupid goat head that he wears out to the ring, which isn't necessary to wear anymore, my guy. You can just hold it. Put it on your hand like a puppet or something. Don't put it on your... I would rather see that I would rather see that on his hand than his head. Come on now. It looks ridiculous when he comes out. He
Yep.
stole all of the neck and Ishii's too. But we know now that Perry can actually cut really good promos. We know Suji is very good at that LIJ kind of calmness promos. I'm very excited to see how these guys build it up, and I'm very excited to see the match.
CM Punk.
He leaned into that one really good too.
He did. Then we got an amazing AEW International Championship match here between Konosuke and Takeshita and TJP. This match was bonkers good.
Yeah.
I would probably say this was my personal match of the show. I love the main
Same.
event. Don't get me wrong. I just think these two just killed it. And Konosuke Takeshita has put a resume of match of the year contenders around this year. He's one
Yeah.
of my top three. He's in my top three right now of what we're picking for our end of the year, for our end of year awards that are 2024 awards that will air in 2025.
Yeah.
This match was a banger with Takeshita
Yeah.
retaining,
Mhm.
obviously.
Yeah, but like the fluidity and flow of this match was just indescribable. If you watch anything on this show, it needs to be this match. Absolutely incredible showing from both these guys. The psychology by both of them too is just boundless. And the body paint from TJP in this one I absolutely loved because it was a whole new look. You remember how on Purasu Review I described Leo Rush as a very versatile human being, and you can figure out what version of Leo Rush you're getting based on his body paint. TJP is kind of the same way. He has these little subtle nuances that he does to change his wrestling style as the Aswang. And when he was dressed in the whole body paint and everything, he was very calm. He was very cool. He was very collected throughout the whole match. You know, we do usually at certain points see these moments of what's the word? The sense of urgency with TJP, and he's very good at portraying that. We didn't see that in this one. He was very calm with Takeshita, and we saw Takeshita starting to lose his cool at certain points. There was a few stories told in here by both these guys individually, and then a story told between them. It was so fracking good.
Yeah. Again, these two killed. Then post match, Shingo
Yeah.
Takagi made his way out, and we're getting a potential double championship match at Wrestle Kingdom. It does say never openweight championship, but in the press release, it did say if Takeshita is the international champion on January 4th, his title will also be on the line. Again, he still has to get through Full Gear, which is, I think he has Ricochet, and then he's got to get through a few more weeks, and he's got World's End at the end of December. So he's still got two other pay-per-views where he's potentially going to be defending at, along with any TV defenses. There's always a chance he doesn't have that title come Wrestling Kingdom, but again, it's these two, and it's going to be a banger. Then Tomohiro Ishii made his way out to challenge both these men. So at Wrestle Dynasty, it's going to be one of the two of them defending the Never Openweight Championship and potentially the International Championship against Tomohiro Ishii. Man, it's going to be crazy to see Shingo holding that AEW title.
But we know that's not going to happen, and that's breaking my heart. Because we know, like, I love seeing Shingo go against anybody. But if these are the options, we can see Ishii versus Shingo any other time of the year. I want to see Takeshita versus Ishii.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I guess we're gonna have to kind of wait and see how that fires up. I am a little concerned about the title situation, and if you go to our channel, you can hear me rant about it for a small moment.
I remember.
But yeah, I at this point for Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty, I'm just kind of along for the ride. I'm hopeful but scared at the same time. It's like going on a roller coaster, but it's like the Incredible Hulk roller coaster at Islands of Adventure in Florida. If you know, you know, the anxiety on that thing is ridiculous. Yeah, that's all I'll say on this one.
No, I do
What,
not
what? I
think.
didn't even see the question, mofo.
Do you think it's possible Shibata be on Wrestle Dynasty? I say no because New Japan's not happy with him.
Yeah, but that being said, again, he is pretty closely affiliated with AEW. Same with Kota Ibushi. I didn't think, based on the relationship between Ibushi and Omega, that we would see Omega back in a New Japan ring, and yeah, that's a thing. So, never say never. Would I say this Wrestle Dynasty? Probably not. But do I think that we might see Shibata and something maybe in the summer if they can kind of work their ish out? That's a possibility.
Yeah, it is. And then the main event of Fighting Spirit Unleashed was a absolute barn beater. These two beat the living piss out of each other. Kosei Fujita challenging Gabe Kidd for the Strong Openweight Championship, and damn, did they deliver. And like Kosei Fujita could not deliver a new championship back to TMDK, with Gabe Kidd retaining with his Madman Bomb, which is the Doctor Bomb, after hitting a couple of different pile drivers. And this match was
Pile drivers.
silly good.
Yeah, it was really, really very good power. And like knowing what was coming in the week afterward, it set up Gabe Kidd for a lot of success. He was beacon to the crowd, beacon to Cozy, but then they ended up having this crazy, solid power match where they just beat the living crap out of each other. So good. So good.
Oh,
But what?
just to our friends over at Job Wrestling, I forgot I missed this. TGP has the Offspring.
Yay.
Is really nice nod to the Demon Finn Balor, and it's something he needed to get his eyes on him again after all this years. I agree. It really has evolved his character with the Offspring.
I agree. I agree. It's gotten more attention. And again, like I said, with Leo Rush, because he keeps doing little subtle different things. TJP will put the contacts in sometimes. Sometimes he has paint. Sometimes he doesn't. He always has the mist now. You never know which version of TJP you're going to get. And it's very exciting because he's also, remember, he started changing up his gear too. We saw the trunks the other day, and then he had the full shorts. Or, sorry, the full pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been exciting to watch him evolve over the last little bit, kind of find himself.
Yeah. And then, so Gabe Kidd did retain his championship, but the one Ryohei Oiwa came out to stop Gabe Kidd from attacking Kosei Fujita. But Kenta did make his way up, but Kenta was taken out. And, Oiwa challenging Gabe Kidd at Strong Style Evolved.
We'll see, little guy. I love it though. He's not gonna come out of it, but he's gonna come out of it. He's just not gonna win it. Don't think it would be intelligent,
Maybe.
right?
Maybe.
Again, I feel like TMDK has kind of been called home to the motherland right now, and the motherland is Japan. Strong brand is North America. I don't foresee them putting the Strong brand title on a Japanese prime base guy. It wouldn't be smart marketing either, because let's be honest, and I mentioned it in Pro Wrestling Review, Gabe Kidd is over. As mad and crazy and just violent, hyper violent as he is, as gabby as he is, as much as he insults the crowd and insults the fans, we seem to like it. He is over as hell in North America right now. So, like, I don't think it would be intelligent to take the belt off of him right now. I think it's a very good idea to keep him and Finley kind of as these flagships to kind of re-inspire some of the more violent wrestling crowds.
Yeah. And I agree with Bobby Petito, Kosei Fujita, and Robbie Eagles for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. And yes, it will be a great challenge.
Based on what is going on with the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships, kind of feel like Fujita and Eagles are owed a different thing, like another opportunity at a different time.
I agree.
Just because I feel like that they earned it already.
Yeah. I agree. We have essentially, I said it before, the Super Junior Tag League was a waste of time because it's just have 4 teams in there. Screw them. Uh, we're gonna get a little bit ridiculous for a few minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just
Yeah.
loading up the page. It is NJPW superhero Taiji Ishimori gets ridiculous. Where Taiji Ishimori wrestled in every single match on his produced show. Um, the opener was was Young Lion Taiji Ishimori in the black tights, taking on Daiki Nagai, and beating him in 3 minutes and 33 seconds
That's ironic.
with a submission. It was actually really good. I really liked the
Three,
finish.
three, three. That's concerning.
Yeah. And then we moved on to just this ridiculous tag that had Kakatora and Taiji Ishimori versus Brahman Shu and his boy, his buddy coming out to the ring with him, Brahman K, along with their tag partner, Brahman Ryusuke, the Gooch, in his little pink undies, and this like homeless guy coat or like poncho. It looked like a poncho a homeless person would have.
Well,
And there ended up being a DQ like immediately with the one dude just throwing powder in the face of the ref and Kikatora and Ishimori. And then it ended up becoming a 3-on-2 handicap no disqualification match, adding in Brahman K to the match, and it was just ridiculous. And Kakatora and Ishimori did get the win here. Just so stupid, but I loved it. Oh,
it was like an episode of ridiculousness, but like wrestling. And
mhm.
Ishimori was Rob Deerdick.
Yeah. And then we ended up getting, and again, these graphics, this is the graphics that were released. We ended up getting a Kosei Fujita versus Taiji Ishimori, went to a
Yeah.
10-minute time limit draw in what was an insanely good match. This is 3 days, or 4 days after Fujita was in the United States. He literally flew back to wrestle in Japan within 4 days. That is just kind of a little bit tough, but damn.
Well, I mean, yes, I think it's a little crazy. Look what Mina did,
Mm-hmm.
flying back and forth just to do run-ins for AEW. Do what we do for the love of the sport.
Yep. And then we got to a 6-man tag, the heavyweights versus the juniors. It is show from okay, so from the Bullet Club, we have Show and Taiji Ishimori, because technically Show is Bullet Club affiliated as a House of Torture member,
Mm.
teaming up with Shun Skywalker to face off against Daisuke Sakamoto, Jeff Cobb, and Shushi Ishikawa. So they wrestled for a few minutes. There ended up being a double countout. Everybody was fighting on the outside, and it was a giant countout. And then Show runs away. They drag him back to the ring. And it's just a story of the match with Show just being a giant chicken shit the entire time. And it was awesome. But in the end, the heavyweight monsters do get the win in the restarted match. And goddamn, was just pure comedy here.
Yeah. Which is funny because Ishikawa, like, I actually just watched a couple shows with him on it, and he was not like on Noah, and he was not funny. Like I got for the person I got here and the person who's on Noah are like two completely different Ishikawas. The Ishikawa on Noah is like a hardcore psychopath, and like his back looks like raw meat.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Um, yeah. So like this was a nice change actually. I was a little like confused for a long time about Shun Skywalker because he doesn't seem to have in Noah a place that likes him. Like none of the factions and none of the teams and none of the people there really seem to like him. So I feel like this is kind of telling. He's a phenomenal wrestler. Just no one seems to want him.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So then we moved on to what was dubbed the Artisanal Rumble. It started with Dick Togo and Gato having a pretty damn good little wrestling contest. And you gotta remember, these guys have known each other for how many millions of years at this point, because they're both ancient. And then we got so many more people in. What the third guy came in, gave them all bandanas. And Gato put his bandana on, had it down like halfway covering his eyes like he used to. Gato put one on too. Or Gato did that, and then Togo had one on too. It was just some great stuff. Also in this band, Ikuto Hidaka, Mazada, Minoru Fujita, Robbie Eagles, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Akito. And the final two people to join this match were Taiji Ishimori and hardcore legend Jun Kasai, who came out after Ishimori had eliminated everybody, and Jun Kasai came out at the end, and they got into some crazy in the sort of fighting, and he made Ishimori a porcupine.
Yeah. He did.
And in the end, Jun Kasai did win this match. It was just like, this is fucking dumb.
I don't mind watching Jun Kasai if he's like wrestling. It's when he starts to get into these hardcore things that I'm just like, ugh. Why? Did not like the porcupine. Was not a vibe.
Nope, not a vibe at all.
Fun though.
Yeah. And then your main event on the show was Taiji Ishimori against a man who came out to the ring named Dragon Dia. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this man. I know I'm not. I've never seen this guy before.
No, you know Dragon Dia.
Yeah, Dragon Dia. Yeah. He didn't have a skateboard, so it was weird. And he comes out and he says, "I'm not Dragon Kid, but you're going to face me." So I have a weird feeling that Dragon Kid was originally supposed to be the person in this match, but Dragon Dia is in this match instead. And yeah, dude, these two killed it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good. For 13 minutes and 46 seconds, they killed it. In the end, Taiji Ishimori does get the win, but holy crap, do I want more and more and more of Dragon Dia.
Dia,
whatever. You said Dia.
because you usually say Dia. You and name pronunciation sometimes. It's funny. Yes, I love to see more of Dragon Dia. Da.
Dragon Die.
Dia. Da.
Die.
Da.
So we're gonna jump over. We're gonna jump to the Stardom side of things, and actually Stardom / New Japan here. We got some news about Xena, who is suspiciously absent from the historic crossover card, but she will be joining the commentary team with Walker Stewart, Chris Charlton, and Tom from who is on the English commentary with Walker. So we're gonna get a 4-person booth. It's gonna be a little chaotic.
I'm excited.
Oh, the way Melball says it makes you miss the Netflix Glow series or Glow show. And Dragon Dia can team with Zoya the Destroyer. I mean, Dragon Dia can team up with Zoya the Destroyer. That didn't work at all.
Zoya the Destroyer. The Dragon Dia.
Yeah. But yeah, Xena will be on the commentary team, which is kind of cool to see. Like, just kind of get yes, Tom is very cognizant. He knows a lot about Stardom because he works in the backstage there.
Mhm.
But to have the Stardom wrestler perspective who is fluent in English, I'm like, who I love her. She's funny on commentary. Don't get me wrong. I
Oh,
enjoy
she's
it.
adorable, yeah.
But I'd rather have somebody who speaks English, which is
Yeah, that's
Zeta.
fair. That's fair.
So
Did I tell you the other day I listened to Stardom show that had Fukikin Death
yeah,
on
you did.
commentary?
I'm not there
Every
yet.
once in a while you would just hear this random death.
Guess
Made
I'm
no sense
watching
to
the.
the conversation.
I guess I'm watching that show on mute. And then speaking of historic crossover, that is happening this Sunday. 2 days. 2 days. It might already have happened, depending on when you're listening to this or watching this now. So we're going to
Yes.
quickly go over the matches. Pre-show match. It's Aya Sakura and Hanako taking on Hirana Yamagi and Sayaka Kurara.
Kurara. Kurara.
So it's EXV and Cosmic Angels teaming up to face Cosmic Angels and God's Eye.
We never claimed that Okada of the non-Kazuchika kind made sense with his continuity in teams. These mismatchy things tend to always happen with them. Luckily for us, though, people like these girls are able to actually make it something interesting because Aya and Sayaka are not going to care. They're still going to beat the crap out of each other if they need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sayaka Kurara will spear the ever-living hell out of Aya Sakura. And Hanako is just she's gonna Hanako. That's all that's it. She's gonna Hanako. She's gonna obliterate everyone. I'm excited though because Rana has been doing phenomenal with Tomoka Inaba in the Goddess of Stardom tournament. He hasn't always made for wins for them, but the matches that they're having are absolutely incredible. And they're doing so well with their team wrestling and with their strikes. So this is going to be a great match. And this is like the rookie girls, essentially, the young lion girls, if you will. Hanako having graduated, all of these girls having graduated, but they are considered, I think, the newer girls
Yeah,
under
they're
Rihanna.
like I would put them in the same place where you're having Yu Uemura, Shota Umino, Yoda Suji over in New Japan. They're in that new generation.
Yeah. The next
Graduated and
generation.
are they're starting to make their way up. They're starting to do things. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because yes, exactly.
Akose Fujita, people like them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then we have to open the main card. It is Cosmic Angels, Sayori Anu and Tam Nakano versus God's Eye Siri and Tomoka Inaba. I thought I had trouble with her name.
It's because we want to say Tomoaki like Hamna.
Yeah, I know. That's my problem.
I'm excited for this.
Me too.
I I love Tam. I know she is the undeserving champion, but she puts on banger matches, and so does Saoriano now that she's got more of that personality. And man, Saori really did struggle when she started in Stardom. She didn't, and she was like that, the Sonata, just a personality vacuum of the matches. But man, she has grown into this very entertaining, surprisingly subtle, charismatic individual. But then we got Shuri, who just is the matron of Stardom. That's just what I call her over there. She kind of, I feel like she's the person that's got the highest standing in the locker room for having a title. And then Inaba has just been so good with God's Eye. This would be a great match. This would be a great way to start off the show.
All I hope for in this is that Siri kicks Tam's head in.
Oh, she's going to kick her. She's going to kick, and she knows she's going to freaking kick Sirianu inside out, probably.
Yeah, it's tough to, dude. I have trouble telling people about Jersey wrestling when I can't talk. It's hard, man. Jesus.
It's true. It's true.
We move on. 6-woman tag. It is Neo Genesis, Azumi, Maser, and Miyo Masaki against Hate, Konami, Rina, and Raka.
Yeah, I'm excited for this because you got a pretty much team of like high speeders against a team that has a high speeder, um, a tank essentially, and it's someone who just specializes in taking people out. Hate is such a dominant tag team, and I would debate the strongest team and faction that Stardom has on its roster right now. To put them again and two of its strongest members in Roaka and Konami against a team of juniors is going to be interesting. But we know May Sarah is a very, very intelligent wrestler when it comes to wrestling. People like, did you see what Ruaka's new nickname is? The
I don't remember.
Violet Freezer.
The Violent Freezer. Okay.
No, not violent, violet. Like the
Oh.
color violet. Violet Freezer.
I don't like that as much. I like Violent Freezer.
Right? I like when I first read it, I was like, is she like Mitch Clark? No, she isn't. She is Violet. Anyway, Ruaka is a dominant powerhouse, and then Konami is one of the three most dangerous strikers in Stardom. The number one probably being Shuri. Yeah, it's going to be a great match, though. It's going to be a really good match to show off the speed division, but also a great way to throw out or show off the power and strike division.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got a 6-man tag from the New Japan side. It is Bolton Oleg, Tiger Mask, and Toriano taking on the United Empires, Jeff Cobb, Callum Newman, and Francesco Akira.
It's interesting because we're seeing a combination of teams that we don't typically see work together.
But there's 2 World Tag League teams in here, in Toriano and Bolton Oleg and Callum Newman and Jeff Cobb for this year's, and then just adding in juniors from the respective teams.
That's true. That is true. Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we'll end up seeing how Callum and Cobb flow together, because we know that Yano and Oleg flow together very well. They were former champions.
They are the current champions.
It's because they haven't defended the belts, and I haven't actually physically seen them in a hot minute. So,
I kind of want to see Bolton give Akira a little bit of a Bolton shake.
oh my God. You know who else does it really good, though?
Who's that?
Callum.
Oh, yeah. I want to see him just toss this little tiny dude around. That's all I want. Now we're getting into the X over, baby. This is where the crossover hits. 8-person tag match. Hiroshi Tana, El Presidente, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Presidente of the Gooch, Ryusuke Taguchi, and stars Hanan and Saida versus Bullet Club War Dogs, Gorilla Maloney and Gabe Kidd teaming up with Hates, Natsu Katora, and the Phoenix Queen, Saya Kamitani.
Oh, I'm so excited for this match. Can you tell I'm excited for this match? I'm excited for this match.
This is going to be brutal.
I am chomping at the bits for this because you know what I want so badly, Andre?
That for Drilla to hit Ida with a Drilla Killer.
You absolute savage.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Dre.
Dude. The fact that the president of the Gooch is your nickname in high school is heaven to me. Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, man. Jimmy. No. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean, it is what it is. No. I want to see Frick, man. Shit, how do you follow that up? Jesus Christ.
I know how. Taguchi giving Tora a Brazilian lap dance.
Absolutely not. Oh my God. No. What I wanted to see was frickin' Tora go toe to toe with Hiroshi Tanahashi, because remember what happened last time? The Samurais versus the Aces, where Hiroshi Tanahashi freaking cold cocked Micah, and Micah ended up dropping.
Mhm.
and then yeeting him for his problems. But I want to see Tora and Tanahashi. I want to see Tora beat the ever living hell out of Tanahashi. And girl, do it for us all.
I kind of want to see a pose off between Drilla and Ida, though. Like both, like because they're both muscly
I do
people.
too. Yeah, sure. Yeah, shit.
And then
I
Taguchi
do
just kind of,
too.
and then Taguchi just runs in to start posing at the end of it.
He would run in and stop drumming on his belly.
Then we've got the King of Pro Wrestling Championship match. It is the Great Okan defending against Suzu Suzuki, and if
New champ.
Suzu wins, Okan has to shave off his braid. Yeah, he has to go, and I think beard too. So I think
I
he
was
has to
gonna
go.
say the beard. Beard
Yeah,
has to go.
but that braid thing he has coming down too. He has to cut that off too.
You know what? He just needs a little bit to attach something to that to
No, no,
reestablish. No, I
shave.
know, but once it goes out, he just needs a little bit to get his whole length back. He only needs like I'm gonna try to get past this line. He only needs an inch or two to to get his hair in there. So I'm not concerned about that. I am excited though for him to lose that beard on his face. I'm not a fan.
And this is also, I think, a hardcore match of some
I
sort.
would expect so, given Suzuki's presence. If Minoru Suzuki is the murder grandpa, then I would suspect this 21-year-old beauty. Is she 21 or 22 now?
22.
Okay, so I would suspect if he is murder grandpa, this 22-year-old beauty is murder granddaughter, and she is going to do some shocking things to the Great Khan.
Hmm. That is for sure. Uh, we have Natsupoi and Tai Chi teaming up against the Idol Killer Thekla and the Bullet Club War Dog Clark Connors in what is, remember, Clark has already speared Natsupoi once. He wants to do it again.
I mean, he was given an opportunity at one of the more recent Goddess of Stardom shows that he just declined and kind of backed away, minded his business, but his presence was a bit of a concern. Um, yeah, I'm stoked for this. We know the story of breakdown between Natsupoi and Thekla happening in Stardom, where Natsupoi betrayed DDM, cost them their match, betrayed them and left them. It broke Thekla's heart. Now Thekla is hate, and I love it. Like she is everything and anything I want to be. Her swagger, her confidence is just, ugh, and she's so pretty. But then we got this story with Tai Chi and this kind of downward spiral that he's kind of been going through, losing his bestie in Sonata to the Bullet Club War Dogs. You know he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to be pissy. But you know Clark Connors, that 100 proof, man, that Jeep flip, that hit and run, he is a problem. He is a big Rhino of a problem. Throwback to his old name. I'm excited for this match, I think, the most, besides the Tora Kamatani 8-person tag. This is the next one that I'm excited for on this show.
Yeah. I gotta bring my other thing back up. There we go. And your semi-main event of the evening, IWGP Women's Championship match, Mayu Iwatani defense against Momo Watanabe.
This is such a hate-filled show, and I love it. I love it. It's going to be great. You know that Maya is going to put everything and anything on the line. She has that complete and utter disregard for her personal health and safety. She does everything. And then Momo, you got that veteran education and that just those intelligent feet with those strikes, man. Third strongest striker in Stardom. This is going to be a battle, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, and this is going to be the eighth defense of the IWGP Women's Championship for Mayu Iwatani, just making that championship relevant. And man, I'm all in for this. I want to see Mayu get her head kicked in and hate to get the IWGP Women's Championship in their hands. That's
You
what I
know, I
want.
think they deserve it after how Tora was treated earlier with the red belt.
Bobby Stats looking forward to this, and he's interested to see who shows
Yeah,
up after the match, and because we could get a challenger,
it's
possibly
true.
a Wrestle Kingdom or one, or there's January. I think Stardom has a January 3rd show.
Mhm.
So yeah, and or maybe her, it could be her challenger for the Dream Queendom show.
Yeah. Yeah, that show is going to be coming up pretty quick, and they'd have to do some quick build for that.
Yep. And your main event of the evening, it is the Team Mask, Starlight Kid and El Desperado. Even though they did put a picture of both of them sitting in the ring with their masks off, but both were covering their faces up with their hands,
Mhm.
taking on the team of the 5-star G1 winners, Zack Sabre Jr. and Micah. Let's
Yeah,
go. Mm-hmm.
the should-be champ in Micah and the
Mm-hmm.
champ in Zack Sabre Jr. Um, Micah has been on a roll this year, like holding the title through that weird exodus of Stardom. You know, even though it did kind of start to overshadow her, she stood tall and she defended that championship for a very, very long time. This is very appropriate that she be
Mm-hmm.
teamed up with Zack Sabre Jr. and that she be main eventing this show. It just makes sense.
I agree again. Then the two, they're both the winners of their of the 5-star and the G1. So again, it
Hmm.
makes sense to put them together in
Absolutely.
this. And again against the team from last year, Starlight Kid and El Desperado, they teamed up last
Hmm.
year. So again, it just
Hmm.
I like this, and I like that it is the main event.
Yes. And it's like I can't even be mad at it and going, there's two heavyweights against two junior weights, technically, because we've seen Starlight Kid get wins over Micah in tag team situations. So this would be a natural environment for both these people. Because same with Desperado. We've seen him pick up wins over heavyweights in tag team situations. So I don't think there's a clear winner in
Hmm?
this one to me.
No. We're jumping to Stardom itself, and we're talking the Goddess of Stardom Tag League, and it's Red Block FWC Hazuki and Koguma, along with High Mate Micah and Hanako, on top with 8 points.
Yes, they are.
And then
Yes,
you
they
have
are.
BMI 2000, Natsuko Tora and Baraka, along with Anacon, Suri, and Saki Kashima, both teams with 6 points. Then you have Peach Rock, Mayu Itani, and Momokogo, along with Sai Queen, Konami, and Sai Kamatani with 4 points. Then you've got a Wingori, Hanan, and Saida with 3 points, along with O2 Line, and Azumi and Mio Masaki with 2, along with Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, and Sayaka Kurawa with 2 points. Oh my God, Tam Nakano's doing better than she did in the 5-star.
I love that we love this woman, but the salt that we feel is so salty. It's so salty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think the right
Mm-hmm.
two. I think the right two teams are on top of the red block right now. Personally,
I agree. Do we think
mm-hmm.
we're gonna find Tam in?
God no, she's gonna be at the
She'll
bottom.
weasel her way in there somehow.
Yeah, somehow she'll be the tag team champion by the end by January 3rd or
Triple
4th.
belt holder.
Yeah, screw her. And then the blue block on top, all by themselves, is Restart, Natsupoi, and Say Ariane with 9 points. And again, remember, they go into that 3-team per block playoff bracket to get to the finals. So you have 2 versus 3, then the winner of that versus 1 versus, and then that winner goes on to the finals. So again, this could end up being anybody in these blocks. Just remember
Yeah.
that. Yes, Tam needs to take all the pins, especially when she defends that red belt. So she takes the pin and loses the belt. Yes,
He's so salty.
I am. So yeah, they are on top with 9 points. Then you have the team of Devil Princess, Arena and Azusa and Nava, along with Hate Supreme, Momo Watanabe and Tekla, both with 6 points. Hate is doing pretty
Great
good.
Supreme. It's like a type called Dial to Supreme.
Yeah. Then you have Mei Sarah and Kohaku with 5 points. Neo Genesis, Starlight Kid, and Suzu Suzuki with 4, along with
They have 5.
okay, what Neo Genesis?
Neo Genesis and Starlight
Oh,
Kid and
sorry,
Suzu.
I read that wrong. My brain's just not
That's
working.
okay.
And then it with 4 points.
Waka and Rian.
Yeah, but it's the name.
It's in Japanese. What is it?
Gamushara Fantasy.
Cool. Okay. I don't know what that is.
It's their tag name. I don't know what a Gamushara is.
We'll have to look it up after.
I'm looking it up right now. Wait until after Gamushara. Just brings me to J-pop. What does it mean? Reckless.
Reckless Fantasy. Interesting. I like it.
Or wait, maybe I could be wrong. Yeah, Reckless Fantasy. I'm down with that. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't confuse the
Appropriate, actually.
And then all with 2 points, I think, or no, 3 points for
Wingori.
Wingori, and then yeah, I don't know. The rest is there. It's all just a giant mess. Wingori with 3, Yuna and the other one, Aya with 2, and yeah.
Yuna and Aya Sakura.
Yeah.
And then Hina and Lady C.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on. Talk some pro wrestling, Noah. Yes, we don't do this much, but we're talking pro wrestling. No, we talked to them last week too when they announced this. We were talking about the announcement. GHC Women's Championship is. They had a match. The 10-woman Magic Rumble for the GHC Women's Championship happened this past at the Magic Monday.
Yes, episode 3.
Episode 3. Magic Monday Autumn, episode 3. So all the people came into this match before a single elimination happened. So entering first was Great Sasuke and Sadie Gibbs. Then entered was Bozilla. Then came in Takumi Iroha. Then came in Miko Aono. Then came in Miyuki Takaze. Then came in Nightshade, who very much gives me Piper Niven vibes.
Oh, yes. Have you not seen her? She just had a massive feud with Alex Windsor in the UK. Oh, it was great. You remember that faction fight that I sent you videos of weeks ago with Alex Windsor?
Mm-hmm.
Nightshade was in those videos.
Okay.
Yeah. Go back in our long line of stuff.
Yeah, and then number 8 was Kuki Amare. Number 9 was everybody's favorite, you. But why you? Not you.
You. Not you, but you.
Yeah, Two Reckless Fantasy would be a great name for a video game. Or
Yes,
a fantastic name for a fantastic name for a terrible band.
Night begins to shine.
And then in number 10, Utami Hayashishida. And then the 11th entrance in a 10-woman battle royal. 10-woman rumble. Entrant number 11 was Japanese women's wrestling legend Chikusa Nagoyo. So Chikusa was actually eliminated first after going over the top on her own. And then after chopping Bozilla and hurting her own hand, she went over the top herself. She was attacked, and Sakuya hits her with the miss, and she goes off the apron to the floor. And then everybody tosses Nightshade over the apron, and then Yu hits a running body splash to send Nightshade to the floor. Yu does get a triple cannonball on Kuki Aono and Bozilla at one point, and I really did like. I wrote that down. All 3 in the corner.
I didn't know that we were going through the whole match. Otherwise, I would have brought my notes up, dude.
Oh, I'm mainly giving the eliminations quickly here. Utami Shishida eliminates Yu by knocking her off the top when she was going for a splash. Great Sakuya eliminated Bozilla after her and Iroha send her over the top, and Iroha kicks her, and Sakuya missed and hits the miss to send Bozilla to the floor. Iroha eliminates Utami Shishida after everyone's splashing her in the corner, and Hiroha just dumps her over the top and out. Kukiyamare eliminates Takumi Iroha after Sakuya hits the German, and Aona hits a lariat to send her to the apron, and Kuki hit a big boot, sending her to the floor. Miku Aono and Miyuki Takaze are both eliminated after Aono sends Iroha to the apron, and Iroha pulls Aono over the top, and Sakuya comes and knocks both of them off, sending them to the floor. Sadie Gibbs then eliminates the great Sakuya after Sadie hits to skin the cat, comes back up, grabs the head scissors, pulls Sakuya over the top, and sending her to the floor. And I was like, oh, my winner just got the person I picked to win this just went over the top and out, because I really thought Sakuya was going to win this. And then in the end, Kuki Amare hits a cutter, goes up for her, the amethyst butterfly, that twisting splash off the top. And then she tosses Sadie over, who tries to go skin the cat. She's coming back up. Kuki runs and boots her as she's upside down, and she goes crashing to the floor. And Kuki Amare is the first ever GHC Women's Champion.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's new gear for her as well, isn't it?
I think so.
That's great. That's great. Anyway, this was a great match. It was a very long match, but it was a very exciting match. Very fun match to watch as well. Yeah, especially like this show was actually very, very solid. I watched the whole show. There was a title defense also before this that I'd actually messaged you about between Kevin Blackwood and Titus Alexander. I had never, I had heard both the names, but I'd never seen either wrestle before that match. Holy frickin' shit. Those guys are good. Great show. Great show.
I'm all in on Titus Alexander. I think that guy is going to be a goddamn star.
I'm very much on Kevin Blackwood because he had a lot of really cool tattoos. And he's very fast.
And Bobby's saying he's looking forward to the potential of opponents for Kuki Amare. I think her and Sakuya have to go at it at least once.
100%, yeah.
And then a story. Oh, go finish this.
Well, because they'd be polar opposites, right? Like Kuki Amare, she's very pretty, very cutesy. You know that very internet fad. You know, she's very cutesy. She's very demure. She's very mindful. And then, Sakuya is very not. She's very spitty. She's very she's very moody. She's very bendy. I don't know where to go with this, but like they're very much character-wise polar opposites, and I feel like if there is going to be any build for that, if they are going to have them face each other, that they would have some great banter back and forth to set it up.
I think so. And then a story I missed last week, and I very much apologize for missing this.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Davey Boy Smith
Look
Jr.
on this guy, Jeepers Murphy.
Davey Boy Smith Jr. Alberta boy. Even though he reps the United Kingdom in his gear, he's from here, or his family's from here. Has won the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Championship, beating Yuma Aoyagi back on November 4th. Oh, I just love seeing that. I've met this dude. I've had conversations with this dude in locker rooms when he has worked at RCW, and this dude is awesome, an awesome person. He's the reason I got to hold an IWGP Tag Championship. Dude, I'm so happy to see him win this title.
Yeah. I remember seeing this pop up on his Instagram and a couple reels and clips to go along with it. Very, very cool. Very exciting for him.
Oh, you still remember what he was?
Clearly not recently.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's been a long time since he was a twig.
He's got all of the abs there.
Yeah, he really does. But with that being said, we have come to the end of another episode of the Japanese Wrestling Update.
Loot, loot,
Yeet, yeet,
loot,
yeet, yeet.
loot.
Oh, I want to thank y'all for joining us here, but we're gonna get into it. You can find me on the X at that kind of guy, TikTok, Instagram. On the X and Blue Sky at that kind of guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that kind of guy. You can find Facebook, Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk, and YouTube.com, our YouTube page, youtube.com/@ Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk, where we have our NJPW Poodle Wrestler review, our Stardom review, our Chop Talk, where we cover all the local independent wrestling, and Dream Review Mighty Gold. You can also hear us over at A Plus Productions in audio form if you want to hear us and don't want to watch us, because I know this face ain't that pretty. I got a face for radio, and I know it. aplusproductions.com, and check us out and join the Facebook page, A Plus Productions on Facebook. And you can find me here, actually, probably later tonight / early tomorrow morning, where me, Bobby, and possibly others are going to be talking about Tyson versus that YouTube guy, Logan, or there's not Logan Paul. She's great. Jake Paul. Logan's the wrestler.
The other Paul.
The other Paul, Jake Paul. We're going to talk about that a little bit later tonight, so come tune back in with us there. You can also find me in a couple weeks on the 27th. We'll be back covering on the Marvel Talk, covering Black Widow. Come hang out with that. And then a quick shout out to Mike the Ref. YouTube.com/@backbreaker video, where you simulcast all my Melball stuff. You can find his live stuff, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, all his gaming and wrestling watch alongs and replays of his gaming content, youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming. Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me here on this show every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, unless it's not. Next week, we are not going to be live, though. We will be on a pre recorded episode because we will be attending the Canadian Wrestling Elite show, where we will be seeing some guys coming through from out of town, like Danny Duggan, Shawn Martins. I think Mentalo is going to be there. And we also got Crude Oil, Cody Mack, Kamikaze, Juventud,
Get
some
it.
other guys, some other people who are less important. Yeah, so we're going to be there. So you can shoosh. We're going to be there. So this will be pre-recorded at 8 p.m. You can also catch me this coming week, November 18th. I believe that is Monday, on our new show with T. Collins and the talented natural Astra Pizarro, where we are debuting our show, Women's Classic Wrestling, where we are going to be delving into the Mae Young Classic in 2017. Make sure I said that right, 2017. Yes, 2017. We'll be discussing some of the matches that happened then, so stay tuned to hear and see what time that is coming out. You can also catch me on Astro Bizarre's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. Show all about the ladies. We're hoping to have an episode coming out very, very soon. We've just been very, very busy. So stay tuned to our socials to find out when that is coming out. What else, Andre? What else? Yes, the big thing. Okay. If you're wanting to watch any of the wrestling that we talked about today, the links are in the description box down below. It is stardom-world.com, njpwworld.com, and wrestle-universe.com. Stardom-world and wrestle-universe.com are both approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out John Spears, but it's a little bit less. It's a little bit less, actually. I just paid $7.50 for Stardom. Still a great price to watch some amazing women's professional wrestling. And New Japan Wrestling is 10 American, but more like Sean Spears and a half. Still a great price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. Always with the Sean Spears. If you're wanting to test out New Japan before taking a dive into Why Takeshka? Now I gotta expect the next ones. Um, if you want to watch any of, if you want to see something of New Japan before taking the plunge and getting a membership, you can watch any of the New Japan World TV title matches absolutely free. So you can watch the title reign of Zack Sabre Jr., you can watch the title reign of Jeff Cobb, some Matt Riddle's in there somewhere. It's all great fun. Go ahead and watch that and then spend your money. Wrestle Universe is definitely going to be the best, I would say, bang for your buck on there, though, because you get access to 8 different organizations on there for only $10, roughly Canadian.
Hmm.
Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to distract me with and anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say to Bobby, he says we are the best, but Bobby, you and everybody else that tunes in here are absolutely the best for joining us, tuning in, and supporting us. We want to thank y'all so very much. If you're watching on OLE's Twitch, thank you so very much. Please you can follow the channel so we can be there when we drop new stuff. And if you want to support us, you can subscribe to us on Twitch and support the channel. Otherwise, if you're watching on the YouTube, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us with your friends, family, and just the epic little princesses that happen to exist in this world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. And also, if you are listening on A Plus Productions, thank you so very much for listening here. If you do want to hear us in audio form, aplusproductions.com. Hit the A Plus Wrestling feed, and you can hear us in audio form.
Is that everything? Got it covered? Got it all? Good?
Mhm.
Okay. That being said, I am your Melba.
You're watching OLE, and this is a Dijack Hijack.
Haven't done that in a long time.
Son of a bitch, you got me. Okay, let's try this again. I'm your Melba. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time.